Hello everyone, this is Jacob Merrill, and tonight I am going to explain the rectified walking ragdoll. So, the ragdoll is comprised of three pieces. We have an action armature, a ragdoll, and a graphics armature. So the action armature plays actions and has these tags parented to each bone, and the ragdoll applies angular velocity to attempt to match these tags. This system was originally pioneered by Jackie over at Blender Artists. So I've modified it slightly so the pieces have momentum. That's what this little bit of code is right here. And then also, I call this meat dampening, but basically each part has some of its linear velocity added to the pelvis, and the pelvis linear velocity is added to each part. Okay, so this is how it looks. It's still a little jerky, but this is about 2 nights worth of work. Which isn't bad. The previous walking ragdoll had about 6 months into it, and was kind of a dead end. So there's walk, spin in place, which sometimes his feet get twisted, but it's not that big a deal. I'll come up with a way to detect that and fix it, force him to take a step if that happens. But I think primarily it's because I'm not actually using a spin in place animation. I'm using step back left and step back right. So currently only walk forward, sprint forward, spin in place, duck, and jump are implemented. And he goes up and down stairs and obstacles like that pretty well. I haven't really optimized them at all for it. It just works out of the box. So on to gameplay. So we still have the actor swap system, which works, and he dies when you swap. You can't switch back to him because I haven't implemented that yet. It's going to be a little bit of work. I have to add a tag to each ragdoll piece that says that when you swap to him to target his controller and not his pieces. And we swap to this guy. So actor swap obviously working pretty good. Alright, so now we'll get into gameplay. These are the bots. Currently they're programmed not to be hostile. Fix that real quick. Now they'll hunt any item that side does not match their own. And they will also patrol. If they don't see a target for 220 frames, they go on patrol, which you set their patrol. That's with this nav point. It grabs that item and feeds it to it as its control point. Nav item, nav item. So this guy will follow that. This. Okay, now I'm going to fight them. Alright, so I won. If they get the jump on me, they pretty much win. They have 2 rocket launchers each, so 2 rockets and I'm dead. So they pretty much win instantly if they see me. So I can go ahead and grab his rocket launcher and fire it and all that. I can also grab other weapons and attach them to the arm, and then bind the arm back onto him. So now he has a different weapon, but it doesn't have any health, so it falls right back off. So first off, this gun doesn't have any ammo, so we'll get rid of that. Give him his rocket launcher back. Currently, Pies is a little hokey because I haven't set it up for the new ragdoll. Pies is the physical interaction system, and it also is what aims when you hold control. But you'll notice if I point at the ragdoll, he targets himself at the moment, which doesn't happen with the Gen 3. I need to solve that another one of these nights. So there we go. And if I hook it back on, it's just going to fall back off because it doesn't have any health. So we fix it with a repair beam. There we go. And now it'll stay on. Now I'm going to go ahead and hack him so when he wakes up he doesn't kill me. Alright, he should be hacked right now. So his side should have flipped to 1 from 0. Later I can have other factions. So now he's awake. And he saw that guy, so he immediately set about targeting him and killed him. Later on I'll have it so they won't target units with no health. But for now it demonstrates that it really does aim pretty well. And I can move its nav point to wherever I want it to myself. Now he'll follow me wherever I go, which is kind of cool. And I can always peel it off, sticking it somewhere else. So here's a Pie's door. I can grab this and lift it up. And then here's a Pie's switch. It's kind of neat to be able to interact with the environment like that. And then here's a hackable door. When you hack it, it opens. Some stairs. And we can pull off all of this thing's pieces and put them back pretty much anywhere we want. So now his head's on his chest instead of top of his torso. Note that all this art is stand-ins and will be replaced. The new jack system doesn't have to have any materials or anything. It actually just uses the local offset of where you hit to figure out if there's a jack there or not. So I'm going to go ahead and swap back to the Gen 3. Because the ragdoll's not set up to use the vehicles yet. That'll be another night. So, hop in this vehicle. And this is the hover car prototype, so it's designed to go up and down walls. And it does. Mouse aim works, all that good stuff. So it can have guns later on. So the vehicle works, and it has an exit point that if it's blocked it won't let you get out. So I exited the vehicle. And this has removable parts as well. You'll notice when you remove a thruster, the item no longer floats. So I'm going to say that that's about it at the moment. We have weapons, components, assembly, disassembly, the walking ragdoll protagonist, swap actors, vehicles, and pies. So you'll notice pies works perfectly with the Gen 3 because I have some filters that will actually, when it hits him, it recasts. So another neat thing about pies is you can tell pieces where to go. So eventually you're going to use this as like kind of a telekinesis to retrieve parts you'll need from the other side of fences and things like that. Alright, well, that's all for tonight.